I wonder if the Kindle is bad for this stuff.
Well, we keep hearing it.
Is it the Kindle or is it just the phone? That's the real question.
No, I'm hearing it over the speaker, though. So.
You are?
Yeah, I was hearing this. Brr, brr, brr. Didn't you?
No. Do you?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh.
I heard it.
Feel something. It's like, yeah, it's probably from the soda. Doggone it. You spilled the soda?
We've lost a little bit of weight.
We have?
I think so.
Oh, you definitely. I think I'm roughly the same. I think it was in the CEO midlife crisis where you said you wanted to have just the one chin. That was your weight loss goal. Looks like one chin.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think you do.
It's been, come on.
Hey, how come there's no internet here?
You gotta connect to the internet, Nick.
I'm on Property 5.
Nope, connect Local Media 3. I haven't fixed Property 5.
Local Media 3.
Yeah, I don't know how to... that one, I gotta fix it. I'm waiting for the Starlink to show up.
738. Saved. Obtaining IP address. Connected. Because you know I have to look at the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Because I got it for practically free.
Hear that? That's your... What device is that?
That's my arm.
No, it's not. Stop moving. Yeah, it's your Kindle. That's great.
Okay. Now I got to trying to reposition, have an efficient work environment.
You don't need to... Yeah, you're just trying to incorporate all your crap. You ready to start the show?
Let's go for it.
Hey, what's up?
We're back.
It's the Soundguys. Did you miss us?
We're here.
We've been gone for a long time.
It's been crazy.
The bummer thing about it is that we really didn't intend to leave our viewers hanging as long as we did.
But we did. I mean, a lot of things have happened.
We just got busy.
Yeah. The last time we saw or heard from anyone was when we went up to Clear Lake.
I know, it's crazy. Well, the good news is we're back, we're live, we're well, all is gravy. We're
doing a little healthier.
a little bit.
So we also got sick.
COVID, man. I tell you what, that COVID.
He got COVID, not me.
No, you got COVID. You got COVID too.
Like back in 2020.
No, well, in any event.
Heat exhaustion. We did get that.
That was really what it was, I think, that almost killed us. Was working a gig in 115-degree weather nonstop consistently.
We both drank a case of water that day.
We did. I thought, yeah, we actually drank probably, I know we officially drank a case apiece, but I think there was more. I think there was we broke into a third case between you and I. It was just unhealthy. But I mean, whatever. And then we were super sick after that for, a long time. But anywho,
it was a while.
That's all in the name of show business. And, plus we've still been promised we wouldn't be talking about it, but we're still talking about it.
It's COVID, baby.
It's COVID. It's just a thing.
And we were the first ones to really bring up the vaccine passport chaos.
Yeah, you could.
We predicted the vaccine passport chaos.
Yeah.
Because it's here, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the world. The COVID vaccine passport.
The end of the world.
And the fake black market CDC cards. Again, something we predicted.
Did we predict that?
We did. We predicted that people were going to fake medical records and all that stuff because that's what happens in these controversial times.
I love it. Well, the good news is nothing much has changed in terms of our desire to just share with you guys exactly what's going on in a little piece of the world from just two old sound guys, and
That's what we do.
that's it. Yeah, I mean, because we talked about comments in the past. Oh, we'll share with you what tell us what you would like to see, what you'd like to hear. But
You guys gave us nothing.
you guys have given us not a thing, and that's okay. You might be shy. It's okay to be shy. So.
Or we just suck.
Well, I don't think that's the possibility. There's no way. Now, however, I will say, I was listening to some of our van episodes, and to that end, the van episodes do have some audio issues that I think that I probably could have mitigated better.
The road sounds.
Yeah, had I had a headset on or something to figure that out better. But
you were driving.
No, I was. But so if you saw the van episodes, we did 5 of those. I really liked that idea. We're gonna get back to doing the vans later, but if that's your introduction to us, please do not let that be the first thing and the last thing you guys listen to. You gotta try some of the different episodes. That's the variety of life.
We do a lot of different
my goodness.
ways of doing the show.
We're all over the place.
Almost no episodes the same.
That's true. We don't really. I mean, once we find a set that works, we don't really run with it for
too long.
Not at all.
We tried green screens. We've tried moving vehicles, separated environments completely.
Yep, I love it. Speaking of, did you know that right now they're having a huge? I'm looking on Reddit Live right now.
Reddit Live.
Apparently, Disney is having a huge fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom. What?
That sounds about right. They always have fireworks shows.
No, I know, but I thought they were closed.
Disney?
Yeah.
World or Land?
This is.
I think they're both open now.
Huh. Yeah, there's like 10,000 people watching this fireworks show. Well, anyways, let's get into that. Tell me all. First off, the unions.
Oh boy.
It's okay.
Which union?
Well, the labor unions.
Which ones?
Well, I mean,
not all of them are working for the betterment of everybody. Unions are getting split.
That's a good Dr. Pepper. Well, no, I mean,
and it's small.
It's cute. It's very petite. For those that are looking, see, it's a petite Dr. Pepper. Petite Dr. Pepper. Now, because I was thinking about this in respect to, jobs in general. All that really the labor unions are doing these days, at least in entertainment, like the International Theatrical Stage Workers Association, all those guys, they're basically you're being approached like a hiring agency. That's kind of how they build themselves off to be, and they provide the training and all the in-house to kind of get the jobs done. But I guess why I'm bringing it up is that I'm looking at this really fun looking thing from from Disney, and I'm like, okay,
fireworks are back in season.
Yeah,
not in California.
Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's like, that means people are getting jobs, there. That's cool. And this is the argument I made on the show last year, it seems, that the big shows aren't going to go anywhere because the budgets, they have a staple, they have a command. But, the things that kind of make up your community, sense of community, those shows, local beer festivals, smaller concerts, things like that. Those are the ones that are going to get, kicked off to the curb because of the new regulations needed to keep things and keep people safe, and also just the political optics of having an event.
Yeah.
People are like, why would I bother having an event now? Because
I could just stream it.
Huh?
I could just stream it now.
Well, not only that, it's like, but why bother doing it at all? because the risk is too high. Are people going to come? Everyone's like, oh yeah, no, everyone's hungry for events, sure. But there's only so many events that people can afford and so many things that people can go to. And so if you're making an event based on the fact that, oh, well, why wouldn't I? Anyone's going to come. That's doing the customers a disservice. That's doing the patrons, that's doing the attendees a disservice. Think about it. It's like you're essentially just taking advantage of the fact that they're bored, which
Yeah.
is kind of lame, because back in the day, you'd make an event because it was like, oh, this is going to be cool. There's a reason to go to this thing. That's why we're going to do it,
Yeah.
And now it's
Now
like,
we're just dealing with people cooped up in their houses
Well,
too
yeah.
long, and they need to
I'm like, oh, okay, well, shoot, if
get out.
you're bored, pay $40 for my show, and it's a cluster.
And now, as we also predicted in the past, ladies and gentlemen, events are going to be much, much more expensive.
We predicted that.
We did. We said that because of COVID, there's going to be new regulations.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be COVID officers, medical officers pretty much, or something of that nature, making sure that things are COVID safe. Testing. That's going to be expensive. So we talked about this on the road, actually, in one of the last fan episodes. We talked about how one of the events that ended up getting canceled was going to have to require testing at the gate in order to get in to the event. Maybe you remember this, or maybe you don't. I just see you looking at fireworks.
I was looking at the comments. This guy's just getting trolled because, like, everybody has logged into his stream, and so they're like blogging. I guess they're over taxing it. I don't know, but someone's like, "You must have a BlackBerry from 2010,"
Ooh.
and then like someone else is like,
He's
anyways.
just trying to play the footage.
"Yeah, it's like they're like, great video, super smooth." Someone else is like, "I've always wanted to watch a video from 1996," and like they're just really just ripping this poor guy a new one. But for a moment, he had like 19,000 people watching this video. That's crazy. On RPAN. Okay, so I apologize. What were you saying though? You were talking about something we did that was
saying
great and cool and neat and.
basically I was the Debbie Downer saying that all events are going to be way more expensive now, and that's something we predicted in previous Soundguys episodes.
I'll
But
tell you what.
especially the testing.
Well, that's the downside. It's like, by statute, events have to be more, at least from and I really should say you would want it to trickle down into payroll, but sadly a lot of times it's not, because
Payroll hasn't changed.
no, because in a lot of the respects, the added costs are going to the new insurance requirements we have.
Yep.
There's new the cost of, and believe it or not, the chip shortage on the cars, that's actually upped our fleet leasing. So like, when I was talking to
Taiwan needs some more rain.
they sure do. But like, so the vehicles in general that we have, right? Because since we have a lease fleet, they renegotiate those terms every year. Well, now we're in that new term. Well, the price of our lease fleet is up 7% across the board. So that then translates to the customer. Some way we have to find a happy medium to be able to kind of,
And the poor people who have to try to get these events off the ground.
correct.
Their pricing is going sky high.
So we're not even the promoter. We're
Nope.
just the vendor
Yep.
in a lot of those instances. And that's what they're up against. So now if we were the promoter, yeah, sure, we're taking all the risk. We got to go round up, people to buy a ticket. But just as the vendor, it's tough because you want to, you deal with relationships, but sometimes you're like, well, are these long-term relationships, are they finally going to fizzle because they're like, we need to find someone cheaper?
Mm-hmm.
But also, this comes down to safety. When you have someone who's doing it cheaper, are they doing it also professionally? Or is it,
Yeah.
And I understand that's where the unions are trying to say that they've got a little bit of a competitive edge. It's like, no, we're doing it to a standard. and that standard is something you pay for, and I get that, totally. But there are a lot of really great non-union houses out there too that are doing a great job. That's it's fairly industry standard. Now then, of course, there are some other fly-by-nights that are just like, psh, whatever. But I digress with that. That wasn't even the topic of. It's just kind of an update on how things are going. You have topics, I'm assuming.
Well, my main topics were going to be going over a little bit of the past and understanding where the sound guys are right now.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds stupid.
Well, we have to update the people. It's all about the people.
You're telling me that this is supposed to be like a memorial episode?
I wouldn't say memorial episode. I would say just letting people know that we actually have been busy and been doing things.
Well, yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah.
We're not just, slacking around.
And we can also say that there are some events in California that are actually going to try to make something happen in 2021.
Sorry, I'm on Reddit right now.
I can tell.
There's this guy. Dude, I can't imagine. Like,
There's this guy.
so he's on the side of a mountain. He's doing a free face climb, and he lost his edge. He's totally lost his nerve is off, and like he's shaking here on the bottom of the rope here, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, when you're in a situation like that, what would you, I mean, like, there's no going back. You have to go up. You can't come down.
Just keep on going.
And I'm just like, what? What would you do? Like, I mean, let's think about that for a second. Like, you're up, you're scaling this mountain, and all of a sudden, what the hell's on your screen?
I'm looking up Shiba token.
Oh boy, we're gonna talk about Shiba, of course. But no, I mean, think about, like, you're already up the side of the hill, and all of a sudden you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
It's like you made this decision to get there, but now you're halfway up and you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, how does that happen in someone's mind? And then, like, what are you gonna do? What would you do? I mean, you just stay there and, like, because no one's gonna come. I don't think they could come save you. That's craziness. I don't know. All right, Nick, tell them about your Shiba token. You bought some Doji knockoff.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are on Coinbase, you would have already known that Shiba Inu, their tokens, are officially available for trading. And as of right now, it's at 0.0000772 per token. So, naturally, I decided this was a great time to spend $15 of my life. And I am now sitting at this beautiful 1,685,039 tokens. Which, if it gets to $1, I'll be a very happy man. I'll be rich. Are you looking at flood stuff now?
No, dude. Oh my gosh. We're just talking about the unions, right? We're talking about, like, professional. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Where did this happen? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize that we do not have this footage available for you, but I'm
Okay.
sure that
So
Johnny Banjo here is going to...
So I don't. Okay, yeah. So they're thinking this is Mexico. Yeah, it's Torino, Chojilo, Mexico. Yeah. Okay, that's. So here's yeah, in America and the Europes, at least there's certain safety standards. This is crazy. So basically, it looks like a wedding.
Okay.
And if you look at the footage here, what's going on is it starts with they have this kind of like I'm assuming they think it's supposed to be a cold spark. These don't look like cold sparks, but anyways, it's a cold spark. Because see how they last there. The actual sparks themselves are remaining on the dance floor. So for the viewers at home that just are listening, imagine it this way. There is a stage. It's your traditional stage on end. Okay, has the full system, and then you have a reception area that's facing the stage with a dance floor. The dance floor has where the bride and groom is currently, and then in terms of decor, imagine this: there is a reverse ceiling with what looks like eucalyptus, crepe paper. It's very ornate, reverse ceiling. However, it's obviously not flame resistant in this particular
Nope.
design. So when you look at it, it has all of the looks of elegance, but it also is a fire code nightmare. And
But we also have to remember this is Mexico.
understood.
It's a different level.
So to help people, I'm giving the break by break. We're talking. This is only a minute long in terms of how quickly this escalates. So we're already doing our thing, and then the sparklers are off. So the sparklers have been completed,
Okay.
and now the first decor line on the ceiling has ignited, and you've got the house staff trying to douse it with water bottles. Okay. That's at 11 seconds. And they can't. And now you have people on the first reception line, maybe table 22. They are mercifully smart enough to start evacuating. They've grabbed their things and they're heading out. We are now at 20 seconds, and the building is rushing out. You've got most of the guests. It looks to me like
This is during the first dance, also.
during the
appears.
first dance. Yeah. You've got roughly, I would say, 200 people, 300 people in attendance. Okay, so now we have a fire extinguisher they're trying to deploy at 23 seconds. It's too late. The person running the cameras left. Everybody is in mass pandemonium trying to leave. Here we are now at 30 seconds. The entire decor line
It's gone.
is just engulfed, and it's burning through. Now, looking at it now, it looks like it's also a combination of pampas grass and more eucalyptus and foxtails. I mean, all these great little decor things, but they're also extremely flammable, and they're mounted to the ceiling. So you're going to have the element of gravity pushing, you see what I'm saying, up for, anyways. And so now this is burning through. That's dropping. They're trying to put a fire extinguisher on it. The people are leaving. We're at 45 seconds now. And boom, the whole thing falls on the table. And we have flames that are going through the roof.
Spreading very quickly.
And it looks like all the electrical is shut off. And the funny thing is, apparently someone was watching the first dance via Zoom, because that was what was on that screen. There was a guy. So there's also a screen upstage. So I'm wondering what the person watching the first dance was like. Oh, he's like literally watching the entire venue burn down on his Zoom call
Unless the internet went out.
for the wedding.
And
Yeah, it's out. I mean, boom, there it goes. Completely falls on all the tables. The room is completely just chock full of smoke. There we go.
and that's a solid minute of destruction.
It took 1 minute to just burn that, just pull it out. Anyways, if it's still online, you can look it up. It's actually called What Could Go Wrong, or WCGW, quote, indoor fireworks. It's on Reddit. Okay, Nick, I'm sorry. I thought it was great.
It was dangerous.
Yeah.
But that is why you always hire the professionals for all your media needs.
Yeah, you should.
So, what do you want to talk about, Mr. Johnny Banjo?
Did you know that Georgia Georgia Governor Brian Kemp keeps mentioning failed AIDS vaccine mandates, but there are no AIDS vaccines? Of course there's not an AIDS vaccine.
There's no AIDS vaccine.
I know that.
That's the point.
What's the point?
Well, is he saying there is an AIDS vaccine?
Yeah, he keeps mentioning failed AIDS vaccines mandates. This is a Salon article, though, so who knows?
I have no idea what that's talking about then. All we do know is that COVID vaccine mandates, COVID vaccine passports, COVID vaccine tests, that's the rage. That's all there is in the news these days. So much so that everyone is forgetting about El Salvador officially making Bitcoin its legal tender. And the people are very much unhappy and they're protesting it.
What?
Yep.
Why?
So thousands are taking to the streets. They're angry that Bitcoin was introduced as the legal tender for El Salvador. El Salvador is also the first country to make it an official government-backed currency kind of thing. But the demonstrators are fearing it's going to bring instability and inflation to the poor, impoverished Latin American country.
But I thought that the idea with Bitcoin in that country was so that families that were trying to transfer money more quickly between accounts could do so with Bitcoin. Like it was a means to help speed up transactions.
Yeah, but some people are not happy about this.
Who?
These protesters, they gathered on the 200th anniversary of the country's independence, brandishing placards reading, "No to Bitcoin," and "Respect the Constitution." So it looks like people are fearful that this is going to destroy El Salvador. And also that it's a use of overreach, authoritarianism.
That's, I don't know, man. I think it being adopted, it's more of a transfer medium than it is a day-to-day currency medium. I think you can use, like I said, I've used what was it? Ethereum, and I use really you can use whatever. You can use whatever currency you want because it still has to have some type of interactive medium, like a card.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Coinbase card, just you can use whatever token you want, as your transfer. Because if say the company, like McDonald's is accepting currency, they're not accepting Bitcoin. That's what I think really I'd like to see happen. Where like if they're like, oh no, we can totally take, that level of currency, Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Well, then your card just changes over to that currency. No, it's no longer, United States dollar. I don't know. I mean,
Well, it brings into question the idea of cryptocurrency as a whole. Is it going to be the wave of the future that everyone is going to use to avoid government? Are governments going to put laws in place so that they can monitor these decentralized currencies? I mean, there's a lot that people are concerned about right now with cryptocurrency. And then, of course, you have the people who made it rich off of Bitcoin's big jumps and things of that nature.
yeah, for sure.
That once they, one of the things with the money is you have to sell the Bitcoin in order to solidify the money that you have. And then if with certain laws, you're going to get taxed on that now. Because now it's being taxed as like a regular legal stock,
Yeah.
which makes a lot of people very unhappy also.
Did you know, and this is just another random thought, that on all the different units of scale for measurement for heat, Fahrenheit, Celsius, Kelvin, at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, it's really cold outside.
Yep.
At 100 degrees Fahrenheit, it's really hot outside.
Yep.
At 0 degrees Celsius, it's fairly cold
Yep.
outside. But at 100 degrees Celsius, you're dead.
Yep.
At 0 degrees Kelvin, you're dead.
Yep.
At 100 degrees Kelvin, you're dead.
Yep. Measurements of death.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. It's not that I didn't think that what you were saying was interesting. I just thought that the folks at home would want to have a nice little fun snippet of remember that, guys. Fahrenheit, Celsius, Kelvin. Depending on how you want to,
They all end in death.
Well, that's not the moral of the story.
It's more like
That's
death.
right. Well, in any event, yeah, I don't know. I just Oh, dude, did you know about? Wait, no, I'm not going to share that just yet. That was no. I'm not. It's fine. It's not worth sharing yet. Because probably it's just old school news, anyways. I mean, it was honestly an article I ran across like months ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to save that for the podcast because we need to talk about that." And it's been crazy long.
Okay, what was the article?
I'm trying to find it now, man. It was a long.
What was it
long-
about?
Yeah, here it is. From I saw it out there, Colorado. It was a petition to request to start following Red Rocks use headphones. So this is from Out There, Colorado. Publication, and Red Rocks, where we've done some shows, they're getting to the point where that they don't want to have the level of noise ordinance, the noise levels that they have now. So they're trying to find another way to petition to keep the ordinance, increase the ordinance to make concert pressure levels even lower. And so essentially what that would mean is that people that are in the very back of the venue would essentially just listen to the show on headphones. And I don't...
I got the article here.
Yeah. I'm like...
And it comes with an app. Coming to Red Rocks tonight. Rose 40 and up. Bring wired headphones and download at Mix Hollow. Mix Hollow lets you listen to studio quality in-ear audio straight from the soundboard. Even if you're in the back, it'll sound like the front row. Free.
No, it won't.
How many people actually still have a phone that allows you to have
No, I know.
wired headphones?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but just...
Unless that's a brand. Is that a brand? Or are they talking like you have to actually plug in? Why can't you use Bluetooth?
hopefully you could use Bluetooth, but I mean, dude, really? I mean, let's just the simple catch of how they're arguing this. They're like, oh yeah, it will sound like you're in the front row. No, it won't.
No, it definitely won't.
No, man. I mean,
Having done live sound, the front row sounds quite different from the headphones.
It sounds nothing like the front row. And plus, to top it off, like, concerts, you want to feel the punch.
This is a short article, so I'm just going to read it real quick, just so everyone has a good sense of what this is. This is only like a few paragraphs. So, I'm going to butcher this. Is it Kygo?
Kygo.
Ahead of a Kygo concert a few days ago. This is back in June 28th, ladies and gentlemen. Red Rocks Amphitheater asked fans seated in rows 40 and above to consider bringing wired headphones to the show so that they could use an app to listen to the concert straight from the soundboard. The request was met with mixed reaction. The request didn't sit well with some fans, who soon launched an online petition to repeal what they claim is problematic decibel limit at Red Rocks. Organizers of the petition believe the headphone request is another impact of the decibel ordinance, and that the ordinance is, quote, detrimental to the Red Rocks experience we all know and love, end quote. The petition reads as follows. This is unacceptable. People pay great sums, not only on concert tickets themselves, but on travel arrangements from the world round to attend these shows. Now, Red Rocks, considered the greatest outdoor venue on planet Earth, has its experience hampered by residents who move within 2 miles of the venue and complain about the noise. End quote. Exceeding the venue sound pressure limit of 108 decibels for a prolonged period of time could result in fines of up to $10,000 per occurrence. The online petition has over 12,000 signatures already and continues to gain more. While some were unhappy with the request, some concertgoers are suggesting people give Mix Hollow a try. The free mobile app streams soundboard quality audio directly to smartphones and headphones of concertgoers in real time. It's also worth noting the platform was co-founded by Mike Eisinger, a member of popular rock band Incubus.
Well,
I don't like it.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it is a beautiful venue, and I think if you move close to this beautiful venue, you should automatically know that you're going to hear some free concerts in your home.
Yeah. Well, it's part of the Colorado. I think it's actually. I don't know if it's part of the city park system or if it's part of, Colorado State Park system. I forget which one. But regardless, you're not. There's not residential zoning too close to it, anyways.
Apparently 2 miles.
Oh, is that what you said? I wasn't even listening.
I know. You
Yeah.
never listen to me anymore.
But here's the thing. That it still doesn't. It doesn't. This is the reason why people that don't understand certain industries should stay out of it, because if the people are trying to either, Incubus. Okay, that's fine. He's like, oh yeah, well he's been on stage or whatever. No,
I mean, he's trying to fix the problem, it looks like.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's doing it from. He's never been an attendee. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's the same reason why you and I can't understand sometimes why people would pay a ticket to go to something like that. Like, why would we? Because honestly, for as much as I've worked at Red Rocks, I'd never actually seen Red Rocks from the attendee side. I'd always been in the pit. I'd always been down in the load. I'd never actually been up in the, I guess you want to call it the mezzanine area, like where they have all the food and the vendors. Like, I had never been up there. And I recently went up there, like, I don't know, last year maybe, I guess now. And I was like, oh wow, like this is a great thing. This is a really cool experience. Okay, well, that's what I'm getting at. People that are just like, well, it's the same thing. Just put in some headphones and enjoy your life. Like, no. Do you see I'm getting at? People are like, people that don't understand the reason why people go to these things from the very beginning are now the ones who are thinking that they have a solution to like fix it and make it. I don't know.
Well, not even that. I'm just thinking of the experience of trying to keep headphones in while you're at a concert, and then on top of that, you eliminate all the outside noise with headphones, but not completely. Because you still have that weird little muffly sound sometimes. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So it ruins the entire experience for someone to have to wear headphones throughout an entire concert. And especially in that kind of venue. Then the real question becomes, like, if this is, depending on the band, of course, if this is like Screamo or just even classic rock, the music itself is, regardless, like, are you just going to turn everything real down? Yeah.
Let's turn it into an ASMR episode. It's good. It's good.
I was thinking a Joe Biden impression, but sure.
I know that was where I thought you were going to, but I didn't want to be too weird about that. No, but anyways, I just I look at those things like, well, that's great now. So even events in general, well, we don't, and also we don't have to pack nearly as much PA. I mean, if we have to now put everyone on headphones.
I guess, but it also means that soundboard has to be on point. And
yeah, no, your mix has to be good.
the mix has to be good, and it's going to sound completely different if you take your headphones out.
It's
Because you also have to battle when you're mixing sound at a concert from the front of house position. Like you're mixing through people, you're mixing from speakers. It's going to sound drastically different through the air to the soundboard compared to even farther back or even the front row where you're not hearing anything.
Right.
Let's be honest. People who get front row tickets don't go because they love the music. They love the experience.
Yeah.
Because you can't hear bloody anything from the front row except just crazy, weird sound.
No, you can hear the show.
Depending on the concert.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can hear the show. It's just a lot of times, depending on if, okay, like say if it's going to be a country show, or even like say just a rock show, if backline doesn't turn their stupid amps down, you know, if the drummers, you know, if there's not a cage for the drummer, if there's certain like, you know, uncontrolled elements on stage, the closer you are to the stage, the more you're going to hear those things, and that's mitigated with center fills, you know, and we try to kind of, you know, whatever, but 9 times out of 10 the center fill is still going to just grab, you know, the mix of the vocals, you know, so you're going to have that kind of push through. So yeah, you'll be able to understand what's going on. Maybe more so, you should hopefully be able to feel the bass more than anything.
Well, you'll feel the kick.
Yeah, that's really more or less where you're gonna be hanging out, just to like, boom, 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 you know. So
I don't like this idea.
yeah,
I don't think it's a good idea for concerts.
and that's the reason why I was like, dude, I really want to talk about that. When I saw that, I was like, no. Anyways, so sorry, Nick.
But I will say, at least the guy is trying to come up with a solution to a problem from Red Rocks and neighboring communities. But it's a lousy solution.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with all the PewDiePie videos being deleted?
I know nothing of this.
You know nothing about them?
I've never even watched PewDiePie.
What?
I don't know what he's good for. What does he do?
I don't know. He's a YouTuber.
That tells me nothing.
I just see a lot about him on Reddit. And apparently there was some stuff that was like the
Did
videos.
he die?
I don't know.
All right. Investigation time, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me see real quick. And
I'm
while
gonna
you're also doing investigation, what's going on with Nicki Minaj?
So, Nicki Minaj, ladies and gentlemen, she is apparently the woman of the people at this point, which is a
Huh?
weird thing to say.
Yeah.
She is fighting, or not necessarily fighting. She's been going back and forth with government officials about the COVID vaccine. She doesn't want to take it because she's been doing research and she just doesn't want to do it right now. Everyone is trying to tell her to do it. And apparently she's vowing to never use Twitter again. So that's interesting. Twitter's been having some trouble ever since they kicked Donald Trump off. And now they're going to lose Nicki Minaj. What's going to happen to Twitter?
Joe, what is going to happen to Twitter?
Maybe Jack Dorsey will finally get a proper, decent haircut and shave that weird beard thing.
What's Jack Dorsey up to these days?
He's looking like Rasputin.
Jack Dorsey. So I don't understand. So basically, like, Nicki Minaj is all of a sudden, like, not gonna get vaccinated or something?
She seems to be fighting the COVID vaccine. Seems to be going against the COVID vaccine, and people don't like it. Some people love it. And it's weird because you would never expect to be on the same fighting side. This is from the, conservative political pundits who don't believe in mandatory vaccines. You never would expect them to be on the same side as Nicki Minaj. But COVID has really changed the political dilemma completely. It's insanity. Yep, Jack Dorsey. Looking like Rasputin.
Interesting. What's up with the long beard these days, man?
He's had that for a while.
He's just kind of going for that, I don't know, that 40-year-old hipster.
No, Do you know who I'm even talking about when I
Jack
say this?
Jack Dorsey.
No. Rasputin.
I don't know what you're talking about by him. I'm looking at a guy here, and I'm just like, this guy looks, you know. Wait, does he own 2 companies?
Jack Dorsey?
Yeah. What's SQ?
That I'm unfamiliar with.
SQ stock. Let me see. Dude, by the way, if you, like, just hypothetically, if you... Oh, he owns Square.
I like Square. Square is nice.
I guess he... Oh, was founded, though, by Jack Dorsey. No. He is the CEO of both Twitter and Square since 2015. So there you go. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, that's news. Hey, so AOC. Just out of curiosity.
You're just jumping from one crazy thing to the next.
No. So hear me out. Like,
She's trying to tax the rich.
right. But, you know, you've said in the past that you really would want to date someone who challenges you and, you know, makes you, you know, more, I don't know, like, you know, you're just your intellectual equal. So I guess in a hypothetical world, assuming that you end up, you could date AOC and she wanted to date you. All right? And you guys are now a couple. What does a day-to-day life look like? Dating.
I don't think that would work out at all.
Why not?
Because there would be so many disagreements about everything.
Such as?
Every possible political thing under the sun.
What? You can't find any common ground with your girlfriend? Come on. You're telling me that... Well, let's just role play this. Hey, neighborhood Nick. How was the weekend with AOC?
I feel like that would just be a nightmare.
What? Oh, no. It's okay, buddy. Tell us. How's your girl... What's your girlfriend up to? What new legislation is your girlfriend trying to work on today?
Trying to tax every single human being to supply financial needs that no one actually needs.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound like an intellectual equal. You're making up nothing. Like knows technical jargon. No, really. You don't think you'd date her?
I don't think we would survive. That would be...
You haven't answered the question though. Like I mean like give me some...
If we dated, I don't think we would be able to survive in a relationship. I mean, there's some political things. Like, I understand letting people decide for themselves and having actual thoughts and arguments behind why they believe certain political things. But at the same time, there comes issues that for some people they just can't live with if they are with someone who believes the opposite of that. Like religion.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, if you're dating someone from a different religion, I think it's like 60 to 70% of the time that relationship, it will not work out.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone gives up on their religion and joins the other person's religion.
Sure.
It's like that. I'm pretty sure for us, our religions, political ideologies would become so antagonistic towards each other
Yeah.
that it would not work out.
That's the main reason why. So when So basically, I guess the relationship between you and AOC is not going well. So it was a tough weekend, huh? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's okay.
It didn't survive.
It didn't work out. Well, listen. That's fair, though. I can relate. I mean, I talked about my relationship between my ex and, oh my goodness, she was Jewish. And I'm a big Christmas guy.
Fall of Christmas.
It just didn't work out, man. I mean, Christmas became a nightmare.
You like Christmas because of all the lights.
Yeah, I don't really care much for what it means or what pagan holiday. I mean, like,
You just like all the lights and the festivities.
I used to like Christmas for all the lights and the festivities, until I realized that really, the more joy I get in life, the more happy I become, is actually a bad thing, because, you know, like I've said in other episodes, the more happier I become in life, the more opportunity there is for life to come back and squash me down, and explain to me that
Beat it into a pulp.
that really you don't deserve joy and you don't deserve to have whatever it is that makes you happy. So don't even cherish that thing. I mean, it comes in.
Don't cherish happiness. You
It comes in, you know, all sorts of great things. It's like, you know, something as simple as like, oh, you know, I really think I'm gonna have a nice slice of apple pie today, and then, you know, you go and the apple pie either gives you indigestion or you choke on a cherry pit in the pie. Why would there be a cherry pit in the pie? Who knows?
Well, that's extravagant.
You know, there's all sorts of stuff. Or there's a worm in it, or my favorite, like when you're actually driving, you know, you're walking with the pie out of the shop to the car, you trip, you drop the pie. It's just, you know, so just don't be happy. Don't bother. Stop it. And as soon as you feel like, you know, you're really starting to enjoy life, stop enjoying life, because it's only going to get worse. True points. Good, yeah. And so, I mean, and that's probably the reason why you and AOC aren't doing so well right now. So, okay. You wouldn't basically, you know, on those merits alone,
happiness is fake.
you wouldn't date her on those merits alone.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
She could be a friend.
Yeah. Yeah, she could be a friend, all right.
I have friends from opposite ends of the political spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I don't even... Yeah. No, that's fine. Speaking of, though, dude, have we, like...
You're in charge of the timer and the camera.
Have you been paying attention to the time at
I
all?
have not.
Well, I would say we probably just wasted another hour of these people's time.
If not more.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, listen, we've had a lot of
And then
talk.
we're going to find out it's like 30 minutes.
Well, hopefully. Well, whatever, then. It's a short episode.
That's true.
There you go. Well, hey, folks, you guys have been listening to the Soundguys podcast.com.
We are happy to be back, ladies and gentlemen.
We talk about anything and everything.
We have missed you so very much.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And I'm sure you have missed our crazy rants, our weird topics, our random comments, and lack of fashion. He's on Reddit again.
Huh?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we would just like to say thank you
Indeed.
for not giving up on us.
Yes, don't give up.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss
Be sure to hit it.
possible future
Hit it.
episodes. Just destroy.
Tap it. Destroy that
Destroy
button. Just
bell
destroy
and
that button.
subscribe. And if you happen to be listening to
Just
this,
pull out your big old fists and just bam, just mollywop on that subscribe bell. Boom, boom, boom. However it works. Is that how it works, right?
I guess that's how it works today. And if you happen to be listening to this on
Take your laptop and just like throw it out the window.
No, don't do that. That's expensive.
Don't do that.
No one's got money for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're listening
Take
to
your Game Boy and be like, yeah, take the Game Boy. I'm going to have
no one uses Game Boys anymore.
subscribe with my Game Boy.
No one has a Game Boy
You
anymore.
can't subscribe to the show on Game Boy?
Nope.
Huh.
And if you're listening to this,
Get your Sega Genesis and like collect
no
some.
one has a Sega Genesis anymore.
Dude, those were so awesome. They took like 16 AA batteries. They took so many AA batteries.
And if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
We do
or-
Spotify?
We have Spotify.
No way. I can't find us on Spotify.
I'll show you where we're at on Spotify.
Don't show me a thing. I don't believe you. And even if I saw it, I wouldn't believe it.
I will show you on Spotify here in just a beautiful second.
I don't care.
But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, CastBox, wherever you listen to podcasts, so you never miss any of these beautiful, wonderful episodes in the future. Leave some comments. Give us an amazing rating so we can climb up in the algorithm and become more and more popular.
Kevin, how's my audio?
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah,
Are you watching? Are you listening?
he better be.
No way.
Screw him.
Abdiel.
He doesn't. Abdiel, we've never seen him in long. I'm gonna talk about that Abdiel guy in our next episode. Talk about him. Yeah. Talking about you, Abdiel. But no, our audio should be a little better.
Audio's going to be better.
I think, but Kevin, give me some. I think Nick still hasn't learned to exactly do that. He hasn't learned to stay away from his microphone, and hasn't learned how to understand the windscreen is not a kill-all for his big nose breathing down the pipe. I digress.
Just follow us wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube, and I don't know. We still haven't figured out the Twitch thing yet. So
Are we done?
we're done. I'm the neighborhood Nick.
I'm
Check
Crispin.
us out online.
I'm Crispin Smith.
He's Johnny Banjo.
What?
Yes.
Whatever. Bye.
Catch you next time.
Hey!